Guys, we are live. We are live in beautiful Toronto. It's kind of trying to be sunny out here right now. It's kind of chilly, got some wind chill going on. But yeah, hopefully this stream will not be as much as a jogging stream as it was last time. I feel like we had like 10 minutes of me and Igor jogging. But hey, we are here at the protest. We're here at the Freedom March. We're just approaching Queen's Park. I'm sure there's been speeches going on. We can see some flags coming up to us right now. And I think the march is going to start soon. And the goal today, other than talking to freedom fighters, other than talking to patriots, possibly talking to some locals as well to kind of get their take on everything. Other than that, we're going to try to figure out a way for Igor to walk and videotape. Oh, I can hear the sounds of freedom right now. The chanting of freedom. The chanting. And just so you guys know, my data plan, R.I.P. baby. rest in peace. Rest in peace to my data plan. This is the last day of the month for my data plan, so if the stream cuts short or if it starts to get really slow, that's why. So on that note, if you want to support my work, go. You can send an e-transfer to GregTheCanadian@hotmail.com. Really appreciate it. But here we are. Let's show the people, Igor, what we're looking at here. Another big crowd around the statue here at Queen's Park. But how are you feeling today, Igor?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Let's ask this guy.
Hey man, you good?
Yeah.
All right. He had a fuck Trudeau mask on. Part of my language.
I just watched your video today, sir.
Is that right? Are you coming to the protest? We're live on the.
Follow me too, man.
We're live on the YouTube right now.
Are ya?
Yeah.
All
Want to
right.
say hi to the people?
Hello, people of BoobTube.
What's your name, sir?
Carl. Good morning, propaganda. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Do you want to plug your channel?
Just did.
Good Morning Propaganda.
That's the one.
Awesome. And yeah, how you feeling today about these freedom protests these days? Oh, there's a Ukrainian flag I can see.
I think that the next phase is about to begin, and that's that these protests won't end until digital ID passports end.
There you
Where
go.
This is all going, ladies and gentlemen.
There you
This
go.
doesn't end with just this.
Right.
This is worldwide, and digital ID passports what Skynet wants. We must battle Skynet and take it down.
That's right. We all have to be our own Terminators.
Sure.
Well, non-violent
Oh, we got
Terminators.
to get them. We got to
Peace.
get to the chopper.
We are peaceful Terminators.
For love. Freedom.
That's right. Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you on the interwebs. Good Morning Propaganda.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Good stuff. Open mic. All right, here we are. What's that?
Get the open.
Yeah, no, I got my own mic, thanks. All right. Hey, hello. How's it going? How are you guys? Sorry to interrupt. We're live on the YouTube right now. Did you want to? Yeah. Are you sure? Okay, thanks anyway. Cheers. A lot of patriots, a lot of Canadian flags, a couple of Ukrainian flags. Oh my God! We're live on YouTube right now. Is that okay?
Hi! I'm so excited that I'm seeing you here. I see you're wearing your famous onesie. It's amazing. I've been following you for a while, and I'm just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you're so awesome.
Awesome. And are you from Toronto here?
I am from Toronto. I have been going to Ottawa for like 3 weeks before the situation.
Situation.
Yes.
Situation.
The situation. But I just want to keep continuing to do what I can. And I want to continue to show my support and stand with all of these people because the fight isn't over yet. The fight isn't over.
It's far from over. And some people are saying, oh, well, they got rid of some of the mandates. So, like, what are you complaining about?
I still can't get on a plane, a train, or a boat.
Right there with you.
Yeah.
Hey!
So I don't think
Second-class
I'm really
citizens.
free.
Yeah.
And you know what? At the drop of a hat, at a whim, they can impose all of these things back on us again. So
Yeah.
no, it's not time to back down. It's not time to back down. We got to keep strong.
Yeah, guys, we've seen this before. All it takes is variant, lockdowns,
That's right.
booster.
That's right.
Like,
I
that's
know,
the
and
formula.
they're talking about another one. Like, what is it called? BS2?
Yeah.
BA2?
It's the BS2
It's
variant.
BS2, yeah.
absolutely.
I don't know. The only variant I want is Convoy 22.
Absolutely. So,
Right?
so when will you be satisfied? Someone was talking about let's get rid of the passports and just like the whole ID thing altogether. Let's just scrap
when
that
will
whole thing.
I'll be satisfied when we can pretty much go back to what it was like in 2019. I don't think any of this was necessary. I think there's plenty of evidence supporting that it wasn't necessary. I want to get back to our normal life, and that's when I'm going to stop. That's when I'm going to stop coming to these things, and that's when I'm going to stop waving my flag. Well, no, I probably won't stop waving it.
No, it's back in. It's trendy.
This is
Yeah.
trendy now.
Heck
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding. I love it. I love Canada, and I'm always going to be patriotic. But for sure, I maybe will stop protesting when I have my God-given rights and freedoms back. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
ask you a trickier question
Sure.
about the news here?
Yeah.
Because I mean, this freedom protest, this trucker convoy, it sparked this like global movement,
Absolutely.
right? And it was everywhere. Everyone was watching Canada. Everyone was watching Ottawa, and then all of a sudden, the conflict in Ukraine and Russia happened,
Yes.
and it's like they've just been trying to completely switch the channel.
Yes, they have.
And be like, oh well, that's real freedom fighting. Like, what are you guys complaining about? I guess. Do you have any like thoughts on that?
I
Or-
do. I can 100% sympathize with the innocent victims in Ukraine. I have a Ukrainian friend who's going through a really hard time right now. Like, this is all very real. But you can't discount what's also still happening here. It's kind of comparing severity of illnesses. You know what I mean? I don't think that anybody's concerns or anybody else's freedom has to be undermined by another trial or tribulation that's going on in the world. It's unfair, and it's kind of, I think, a lot to do with what we're fighting for here. Just our freedom of expression, and our freedom to support what we want to support. There's no one cause. We can support several causes, and I think that that's a really important thing that people need to realize. Just because I'm standing here, it doesn't mean I don't care about innocent people in Ukraine. Of course I care, but I also care about my country, and I think that this is important as well.
Yeah, well said. So
thank you.
so when are you running for politics?
Tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I have too many skeletons in the closet.
Hey, that's okay. Have you worn blackface before? Because that's a qualifier these
Well,
days.
actually, no. So if I do that, I might get into the office.
I don't know how it works. Apparently, if you pretend to be woke, it doesn't really matter if you wore blackface. I think
Right.
is how it
Okay.
works.
Well, I'll start by dyeing my hair blue.
There we go. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
Talk.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
plug it. Yeah, tell us. Trish
Yeah.
Talk.
Oh, I do some trick
Plug it,
talks
plug it.
sometimes.
Plug
You
it.
know,
That's how I met her on
I'm not
Trish
an
Talks.
influencer or anything, but I like to talk.
Give the
So-
specific at. What's the platform? What
okay,
platform
so
you
I'm on
Come
Instagram. It's at VampSlayer069. And that's been my handle since I was a little kid. Don't judge.
Vamp Slayer, as in
Vamp Slayer, as in Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
so Vamp 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 Slayer.
Yeah, VAMP Slayer 069. That's my
Okay.
Instagram, and I love to do little Trish talks and share my opinions and meet fun people, much like GregWycliffe does. So hopefully you guys will follow me and check me out.
I think I've seen some of your stuff before. Actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Trish Talks. That sounds very familiar.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Awesome.
you know, a lot of people named Trish, but I am the one and only Trish Talks.
She's the OG Trish Talks. That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for your
All right,
time.
thank you.
Thank you. Did you want to hop on camera or anything?
No,
or?
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
not as professional as Trish here.
All right.
I let Trish do all the talking.
Smart. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Oh, hey, sorry about that.
That's okay.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm live on the YouTube. No. Okay. Have a good one. Oh, sorry there. Bump into somebody. Oh, sorry there. Swimming into the crowd a bit here. Hi. How's it going?
I saw your channel.
Nice. You guys, we're live on the YouTube right now. You want to chat?
I'm not saying.
Anyone? Come on. Why not? Well, you just have to just speak from the heart. You can't go wrong.
Mass non-compliance. Mass non-compliance. Mass civil non-compliance.
why
That's
we're
how
here.
we all get this to end.
I think
Another
you're right.
thing also, after the election, the provincial election, if Doug Ford wins again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying I have a gut feeling about this. He's probably going to try to put us back into lockdown. So that's maybe something everyone should be aware of. And if he does try that, simple, mass, civil, non-compliance.
Well, I guess I wanted to say one thing. I'm against the workplaces, like employers, mandating the vaccine for the employees and saying saying like if you don't have the vaccine, then we're gonna basically fire you.
Yeah.
Stop the workplace discrimination,
A
right?
lot of workplaces are doing that now. Like office workers are impacted too, not just like truckers, but yeah, it's impacting like everyone. You know?
Yeah, and this whole like segregation is hi.
I just want to shake your hand. Your videos are hilarious.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Did you want to come on live?
Maybe. I'll be
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, did you want to keep chatting about it? You're kind of.
I don't know.
I was just gonna say like. We want to end these mandates and like the digital ID and stuff, but it's like this is also influencing the corporate world, right?
Yeah.
Because like that has their own set of rules in different corporations. So,
like I haven't put a huge amount of, I haven't done a lot of research or thought about it a lot, but I just know that like I don't agree. I think I agree with like the whole my body, my choice thing. Like I shouldn't have to be forced to get the vaccine when I don't want to, and it was only allowed because it was like it was allowed for emergency use, and we still don't know the long-term effects, and plus everyone's going to get it anyways. They're saying now, like even that Anthony Fauci guy said that like everyone's going to get it anyways. So why even wear masks, and why do we have to have the vaccine, right?
Another thing also is this virus has a much higher than 90% survival rate.
Yeah.
So I don't.
We're on YouTube, so we can't go too deep into that stuff, unfortunately, or else you get banned.
Sorry.
But, yo, thank you for your time, guys. It's okay. Sorry. Cheers. Hey.
Quickly.
Oh,
Quickly?
what's up?
Okay, so I think a lot of times we feel like we can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this great big wave coming at us and we're a small little pebble.
Yeah. What am I gonna do? Right.
What am I going to do, right? And so a part of me, I come here and I listen to the speeches, but a lot of it is what can I do? And it's almost like we're all being called to get in touch with our intuitions, to get in touch with what is to become better people. Because that's almost the only way that I see going through it. And people talk about political way or spiritual way, and I almost feel there's got to be a hybrid. There's got to be a hybrid of spiritual and political. So I don't know what you think about that.
It certainly feels connected these days for me, anyway.
Ask about Bill C-36.
Oh, have you guys heard about Bill C-36? No. Bill C-36 is a bill that the Liberals are trying to, they've tabled it, and they're trying to pass it right now, and it would basically be the end of freedom of speech in Canada. It's really, really bad. They would create a board or like a council for hate speech where they can essentially, if you posted a meme that I did not like and it offended me, I could anonymously report you. Anonymously, and potentially, the very worst, you could get fined or like thrown in jail or something, or like partially house arrest or something like this.
Wasn't this something that some liberal MP put forward like a few years ago?
Last year is when they were talking about it, when it was kind of being written, and it was kind of being packaged together with Bill C-10, which is now C-11.
Well, I can only imagine how they're going to abuse that. They're going to abuse it in such a way to where only things against the Liberals or the left gets shut down.
It's facts. It's true. It's so true.
And so again, what can someone do, right?
Pray.
With a bill like that. So you've got the spiritual path, and then you've got the political path. Yeah. And I think people are looking for what can we do. And when I watch you give me so much hope. You give me so much hope. And so I don't have an answer, but I think it's somewhere spiritual, political.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope. Am I making sense or no?
No, it makes sense. Here, guys, for hope.
Think of combating that is simply just flood the system.
What happens if that bill passes? Does that override the Charter of Freedom of Speech and all that stuff?
I mean, it's a mess because in many ways, like, what has the Liberal government been doing over the past 5 years other than slowly but prematurely undermining the charter, trampling on the charter, and over the past 2 years, they've basically thrown it out. So would this supersede the charter? Basically, we basically now have so many contradicting pieces of legislation, and like they're broadly worded as well. So it's like, what is the rule of law in this country anymore? I don't know. It's really, really up to like the subjective decision of a bunch of judges. It's very scary because most of them go to pizza parties and stuff, and I don't want those people like determining, what's right and wrong because they clearly don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. H for hope. Hope. Let's keep the hope up. Cheers.
Speaking of pizza parlors, I think that anybody that likes pineapple pizza should be disqualified from ever holding any public office.
Yeah, no, it's very true. Like, we believe in equality on my channel, but if you have pineapple on your pizza, then like that's where it ends. That's where my sympathy, that's where my compassion ends. This is a bit, obviously. It's kind of funny though. Kind of funny.
Good afternoon.
How's it going, sir? We're live on YouTube. Did you want to chat for a moment? Live on YouTube. Hi, sir. I'm here with. What's your name?
Florin. Florin is my name.
Florin, and I see you. Can you tell me more about this photo here?
Well, it's a picture of a child, and I think it's just expresses very well itself what it means.
And it says "Bless us all," and you have this syringe here as well on it.
Yeah, it's a syringe, and inside is a hook, line, and sinker.
Can you get a close up on that? There's a little there's a fishing lure, hook, line, and sinker inside of the in the box there. But
just a symbol for what it means for the people who took the vaccine.
For sure,
they just got the whole the whole thing.
Yeah, and some provinces have ended mandates. But we're still out here protesting because I think we know that it's not the end, right? They're trying to introduce this digital ID thing. When are you personally going to be satisfied in terms of this fight being finished for you?
Personally, I have a lot to ask from this movement. I like people to have the power, because I'm sick already of other people to rule us and send us to wars and take vaccines and pay money for them, pay taxes.
You have a long list of grievances.
Oh yeah.
And I can sense an accent. We're
from Romania originally.
Romania. So it's not your first revolution then?
Well, I don't know if I could call the first one revolution, because Romania got tricked. The Romanian people got tricked. We got rid of one dictator and got other dictators.
What's the one thing that you think Canadians need to do to not get tricked or to turn the situation around?
The most important thing is to know what they want. It's important to know what they want.
Talking about something serious?
Just kidding.
And we want freedom.
Yes, freedom, and not only freedom, you need to want equality, Otherwise, if somebody else is going to be higher than you, it will dictate on you.
So, yeah, that's usually what happens, right?
Exactly. People with power would always do whatever they want with the people without power.
Yeah, we're doing an interview.
Why is there a fishing hook?
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you. All right, we're gonna move on.
Mr. Interview guy?
Yeah, I did ask him.
Why that's in there?
Yeah, I did.
And the answer was?
Hook, line, and sinker. Yeah. Cheers. Good to see you.
You should stop and give this guy advice not to walk through the city with such a high pole.
It's a good idea.
Electrocuted.
Have a great day. Thank you for the compliment.
This is your first time here?
No.
No?
Oh. You come out a lot?
Yes, I'm a regular. That's why I haven't noticed your outfit in the past.
Yeah, I haven't come a terrible amount of times, to be honest. I was in Ottawa for most of the time.
Okay, so can I just tell your viewers that we've been gathering here at Queen's Park for 2.5 years. There were times where
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
So
there were times
what
where
was it?
we would stand here only 40 people strong.
So before the whole lockdowns thing.
We know right from the very beginning of lockdowns. Right
So that's
from
around
the very beginning.
that's
when
around 2 years
people
exactly
went-
then.
It's been a little longer. I tell you, it's my second time I've had to dress in winter apparel.
Right.
I know that much.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's the second time I froze my ass off out here, but
That's great. That's great.
so the fact that there's this many people here is respectful because at times we stood as a very small crowd. We've had ladies over the age of 60 arrested. We've had our sound equipment confiscated. We've had people arrested for speaking into a megaphone.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the fact that we have prevailed and that as many times as you can make it, we appreciate it.
Come on out, guys. Come on out.
Yes, make friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually make friends with people that dress like you. I go say hi to my dog.
Oh my God! What? What?
Surprise!
Thank you so much for your time. Cheers.
If I see you again, I'll say hi, but I think this is the first time we've met.
Cool. Well, I'll see you around. We'll see you around. Awesome. How are we doing in chat, guys? H is in chat. H in chat for hope. H is in chat for hope. All right. So wait, they're doing an open mic? Is that right? Weird. All right. This is my country now. We will segregate society based on whether or not you get a pharmaceutical procedure done. This is China da.
Well, I would say this suit certainly suits him better than the blackface, for sure.
It definitely suits him better than the blackface. Absolutely. Good call, Igor. Good call. How's it going, guys?
Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you working right now?
No, I've just got horns.
You got horns in your wrists. What? Look at that. Get a close up on that. Honk it. Wow. And look, you're just decked out here. Look at this.
A little bit.
You're like a honking SWAT. You're a swan cod or something.
I'm trying. I just don't want to get stopped by cops because I see them kind of looking around, and now I'm identified, but that's okay.
Okay. And tell me more about your vest here. Don't Fed post though, please.
Mostly, it was just to hold this body cam.
Okay.
And it was $60 on Amazon. I thought, well, I may as well get it. Got a little, what are they called? Morale patch.
Yep.
And I just figured I've got that. I've got a flashlight. If I need it, then we're good.
And you're gonna get your freedom.
I'd like to.
This guy's like a superhero right now. You're like a Batman.
I'm trying. I do my best.
Yeah.
I do my best.
He's a vigilante. Honk man.
I wouldn't say vigilante. Let's not say vigilante. Just a normal citizen who wants his freedom.
That's yeah.
Which is what most of us are.
Very well said. Well said. Awesome. Thanks for your time, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Can I honk it once? That's super satisfying.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, I'm going to get marching. It's nice to meet you guys. I've been watching you for a little bit.
Cool.
Right,
We'll see you online then.
All right. See ya.
Is my flag broken or what? Is it tied?
We're experiencing some fashion difficulties.
Is it tied up or no? Yeah, sure. Sorry about that, guys. We're having a wardrobe malfunction. We had a nip slip just happen. Uh-oh. Do you know how to fix it? Like this is a bro moment right now. It's a total bro moment. No, do you got it? I think you got it. Yeah, pull it through. Here, switch. You want to switch? Come to the front. Guys, sometimes you need to take care of your wardrobe first, right? Wardrobe first. Yo, how's it going? They're doing open mics up there?
This is retarded. It's just the most counterproductive speech. Everyone up there is. I'm not. I can't.
We're live right now. So watch the R bombs.
Okay, we'll find them later. Probably.
Very cool. You're choking me, Igor. What's going on here? Good to go? Hey, it's Daniel Boardman. Do you want to come on live?
Sure.
So, Daniel, talk about political prisoners, because we have some of them.
That's a good time. Yeah, we got Canada's political prisoners. Tamara Lich is being held for not even mischief. People think it's mischief. It's sillier than that. It's counseling to commit. When you add things like accessory to or counseling to commit, these are like lesser throwaway charges. This is when you want to like say, you know, someone commits like 3 murders and then there's like counseling to commit mischief. It's like to say they're charged with like 45 things. Like there's like 10 serious things, like you killed people, you destroyed the bodies. Then there's like a bunch of ancillary charges that aren't really real that you bargain down and throw away as part of a plea deal or whatever. This is a woman being held for over 2 weeks in prison on the crime of counseling to commit mischief, which essentially means protesting. She encouraged protests in Canada. This is like Islamic Republic, China, Russia nonsense, where
I was going to say, I suppose why it's so like outrageous, especially, is because it was an organized protest where they actually incorporated the actual like the organization, right?
Yeah,
which was approved by like the crown of the country to say it's a legit like group.
There was a court ruling. So the injunction where they said they wanted the honking, they actually asked for a bunch of different things in that injunction, the city of Ottawa, whatever. And the only thing they got was like the honking. But in the court order, the judge ruled that it was a legal protest, that the truckers had the right to be there, that this was protected political speech, and the protest was legal. When the Emergencies Act was invoked, it didn't give the government power to override the charter. It specifically said in the order that if you were going down to Ottawa for peaceful protest, you had the right to be there. It was only if Tamara was blocking infrastructure, which there is no critical infrastructure in Ottawa, there is no border in Ottawa, there was no violence there. So they actually had zero right to hold Tamara under any of the laws. But this is what the government is doing. They're just instituting whatever. They're saying they can do whatever they want, say emergency, and they know, because the media will cover for them, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And they know the fact that the judicial system is corrupt, it will cover for them, they can do whatever the fuck they want. So this is the problem we have, is where we're now a banana republic that takes political prisoners, and their new line is like, but Russia, like, okay, yeah, we're not being bombed by Russian artillery right now. And it's worse to be a citizen in Kiev being bombed right now than it is to be like someone who might have their bank account frozen. But just because we're not being bombed by the Russians right now doesn't mean the fact that Trudeau's seizing people's bank accounts is good. Right? And we're here because if we let this go in 10 years, Justin Trudeau is Vladimir Putin, where like journalists don't get the bank accounts frozen, straight to jail.
Yeah.
Or maybe, a bit extra on the type of gas he slips in your tea and like whatever. Like this is the road that leads to where that is.
Yeah.
So yes, North Korea is worse than Canada is today.
Yeah.
No one's arguing that. But Canada's going down a path that leads to this type of thing.
I was making a TikTok that basically said like, the Freedom Convoy is protesting bad leadership. Like specifically bad leadership, it's protesting that. The Ukraine-Russia thing, it's basically protesting the consequences of bad leadership.
Exactly.
So we're being more proactive here, guys.
Yes, exactly.
We're being more proactive so we don't have to get down that path.
My favorite thing is like the meme like, see, this is what a real freedom rally is, people in Ukraine. Okay, flip that. One logical fallacy, flip that. This is what a real occupation is. So like the Ottawa occupation where everyone was just
This guy's a Jew, listen to him. He knows his stuff. He goes to the meetings.
Take your money out of the banks. If the Jew's telling you take your money, no, seriously, what can you do right now? You can't give money to anyone. Just take your money out of the banks before it becomes their money. This is the pressure point. Run the banks. Like, if you need $2,000 in there to pay your bills or whatever, but you have $10,000, take out $8,000.
Plug your stuff. Plug your stuff.
I work at the National Telegraph. I do things under my name. So Daniel Boardman, I like to speak under my name and face. That's one of the things I like about you. It's like GregWycliffe. It's your name, it's your face. It's like, I'm not like some anime avatar.
Come at me, bro. Come at me, anti-hate or CTV, whatever. Come at me.
I like to say this episode of Daniel and Greg is sponsored by Bernie Farber. All our opinions are created by Bernie Farber and the Anti-Hate Network.
Absolutely.
We fight hate, anti-hate. Thank you, Bernie Farber, for sponsoring this protest. We believe in you. Thanks, Bernie.
Hey, Bernie, there might even be like a Ukraine neo-Nazi poster that you can associate with this protest, maybe. Did you hear about that one?
Well, like,
he found a poster like in the States about like neo-Nazis, and he's like, oh, we found this in Ottawa. And it's like, you're not really spending that government money very well if that's what you're doing. Reposting an image, retweeting an image. Anyway, that's enough airtime for Bernie, man.
My favorite thing is Krista Freeland. She's so smart and qualified. Isn't Krista Freeland amazing? So we all know that her grandfather was a neo-Nazi collaborator with the Ukrainian like fascists and supporter. And it's like, she should know what that fucking banner means, because she's the smartest, most qualified person ever, and her grandfather was part of this. So she grabs a neo-Nazi banner. And now, this doesn't mean that the Ukraine doesn't deserve freedom because there's some neo-Nazis in Ukraine. Yes, but can we not, like, if we're going to play this game both ways, if there's one swastika, one time, out on the periphery of the Freedom Rally, that's condemned by everyone, right? And this now becomes the thing in the movement. Well, when Krista Freeland, head of the Ukrainian Freedom thing, grabs the actual, proto-neo-Nazi stuff in the Ukraine, the UAB stuff, well,
she's liberal. She's immune.
She's liberal. She's immune, right? She's immune, right? It's just how it works. It's bullshit.
I mean, you and I are like so cynical to that now, right? Why are they holding them accountable? It's like,
I'm not surprised.
First time.
Yeah, first time. It's like just, But yeah, my thing is like, stop pretending that Krista Freeland's so smart and competent, and like stop pretending I know. Have you guys read the World Economic Forum's plan? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's so dumb. It's so stupid.
It's not going to work, guys. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
You're not going to pull this off. We'll enslave everyone. Yeah, I don't think we're going to just roll over and let that happen.
My thing is like, what is the globalists? Like, this is time to fight. With the mandates being repealed provincially and federally, kind of, but not really. Like, this is globalism. The globalism is like a cabal of technocrats globally governing us through expertise, right? So now it's with the pressure kind of being taken off the government, but now what they're getting to do is the citizens to enforce a technocratic quasi-authoritarian rule on the other citizens and not take the blame for it. Right. So what they're going to do is run cover while the corporations say, well, vaccine passports here, so let the corporations set. Because again, you have the right to privacy.
It's a fusion of the corporation,
right? You have the right to privacy. You have the right to freedom of movement.
Are you marching?
Yeah, I'll come down the march. We can.
All right,
we
let's
can
go.
talk to someone else.
Let's go. Let's go. Are we walking? Are we marching? Come on. You look very familiar. How do I know you again? Pete. All right, let's practice this walking thing. Oh, yeah, of course.
It's like how long it's gonna take? How's it going, man?
It's going okay. It's going okay. Kind of tired. Could use some more coffee, but we're marching here and we're doing what we can.
Have you like washed this in 2 weeks? Like, what's going on?
So if you must know, I have washed it once since the beginning of Ottawa. But hey, but I have like multiple I got layers, okay, and those get washed regularly. So let me tell you. This is just like the shell. This is like the space suit. This is like the astronaut suit. You're on Tofu TV, which is Instagram, YouTube, and some other channels as well, right?
I'm doing, it's a live streaming podcast every Monday night, 7 p.m. It's called This One's For You, and it's available at tofutv.ca, so tofutv.ca. It's on all sorts of platforms, and I got the live tab where you can check it out 7 p.m. every Monday. Check it out because it's awesome, man. You were on there. It's about... October, so if you go back on the archive, you can check out the interview with Greg. I've had people like Mike Phillip on the show, and I'm trying to branch out and get more interviews and get more content. The idea is to have like a talk show for us, that we can express our opinions and not be cut off by that AM host who just doesn't want to hear what you got to say. So I made a show, and I've produced all these cool things to keep it fun and entertaining, and I got memes to play for you.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing radio, but it's the new media, so.
It is.
Exactly.
It is the new media. Yeah, so go to Tofu TV and dig in the archives. You can find the interview with me.
Yeah.
Right on, man. And are you in the Toronto area? Do you come to these protests often here?
That's actually the thing, right? This is my first time being here. I've been doing this podcast, talking about this since the summer, but this is my first time seeing it. And buddy, it's a great shot right now. If you take a look at that, like there's a lot of people. And
absolutely. You love to see it. A couple of Canadian flags.
Just a few. Just a few, bud.
And what was it like for you? A lot of people saw this freedom convoy, and they were saying they were feeling like Canadian pride for the first time in a long time. Can you relate to that at all?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's something I kept on bringing up was, this is a culturally defining moment. We keep on hearing that like Canadians are good-natured.
Right.
And, as far as I've been alive, there's never been like a holiday or an event that was created out of a movement that was specifically Canadian, and that's what this is. Eventually there's going to be a holiday about this.
Absolutely.
And the people are going to be talking about this in history. Yep. That's what this essentially is. It's proving to the world that we're good-natured people. We've been getting along in the streets for 3-4 weeks now? So, and nothing real bad's happened. They keep on insinuating that it's gonna happen. And they keep on antagonizing the crowd by calling us racists. They even brought out the Nazi flag when we saw it go back into the building. Was it Jeremy McKenzie? He posted that it was going it was obviously
it was a literal false flag.
It was a literal false flag, yeah. But they're talking about it in Parliament like it's real. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But there's enough people here that understand, and eventually our good nature will win. And that's the beautiful thing. We're building a Canadian ethos as we walk here.
That's right, and I've described it as that as well, which is we're a much younger nation than the States, and we still have a lot of maturing to do, especially in terms of our identity. And I feel like this is a very formative protest for us, where it's we're nice, but we're not pushovers. We're nice, but we're not naive.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that I saw in Ottawa where it's okay, now I really feel like I know what it means to be Canadian, and it really is beautiful. So, what else was I going to ask about that? Did you anything else you wanted to add in terms of what you're feeling, or encouraging people to join this? Oh, the other thing I was going to say is I love how you define it as the moment in history, and it's it was historic. Modern Canadians actually started to give a shit about politics. Finally.
That's the truth, right? It's finally we stopped watching hockey. All they had to do was fire Don Cherry, call us all racist, insult us to our face. But eventually, we got our frickin' plaid on, we put our boots on, and we started marching.
Fucking right, bud. Fucking right.
Look at this, man. Look at that. That's beautiful. We got a guy in a plaid. Look at that. Look at
that. Yo, thanks for your time, man.
Thanks, man. It's good seeing you, dude.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Reach out.
Tofu TV. Check him out. What's up? Okay, yeah, I'll keep asking. I'll ask that. Look at that. What is this artwork?
I love your content, by the way.
We're live on YouTube. Do you want to come on?
Oh, sure. I will.
I'm here with the lovely
Brenda.
And do you come out to the Toronto protest much, or?
Yes, I do. I try my best to come, especially to the worldwide rallies. Yep. I was also in Ottawa.
Let's go!
For my birthday, and it was the most magical, beautiful experience I could have ever had for myself. That's what community should be like. Yep. People coming together. Smiles were everywhere. Everyone was just in blissful happiness and love.
It was amazing.
It was something unreal, and that's why they came so hard on Ottawa, because they didn't want us to be awakened. They didn't want to experience the kind of love that we have from within.
They saw that love. They're we better call it racist, or we better squash it out somehow.
It was so diverse. It was unreal. I'm originally from El Salvador, and I came to Canada when I was 6.5.
Wow.
So I've just known freedom. And what's happening now, I'm also a nurse, and I've lost my job.
Oh my God.
And it just saddens me that I have the ability to connect and heal, and that's taken away from me at this point. It's a disservice to our community.
That's such a story, and you have such high spirits, though. Look.
I do. I have to. I have a little girl, and I stand in my power to protect her and to protect the children.
Absolutely.
And our future. I have to.
And like, I don't like to be too negative, but there are people out there who are really under the spell.
Yes. We experienced that yesterday shopping in Dixie Mall, Tulise. Mask. We were discriminated. They would not check us out in the end. And it was really sad to experience that level of discrimination. And I made a comment, the mask mandates are going to drop. What are you going to do? I'm still going to wear my mask. And I'm like, wow, the cognitive dissonance. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I mean, I really think we need to flip the script on these people, because they're like, oh, well, you're, grandmas and you don't care about other people. And it's like, no. You don't care about children because this is child abuse, period. You're a child abuser. That's it.
You know what? My brother at times comes hard on me, still making me feel selfish for my choice, but I know about informed consent, and the data was just released. Now I can see the actual adverse reactions to know for myself if this is something I want for myself and my child, and at this point, no.
I'm also going to say no. It's going to be a no for me as well. But I mean, there really is not only these like tyrants trying to like take more and more of our rights away, freeze our bank accounts. Could you believe that when that happened with the police force?
Oh, man, to know what the truckers have done for us and this convoy with this movement, to see the tyranny medically, financially, people want to come together. We want freedom. We want this to end. But the government will squeeze at every level because they're scared.
They are scared. They're squirming now. We started to honk. They started squirming.
I mean, oh, honking. It's such a crime. Honk, honk.
Yeah. So, real quick, have you heard of Bill C-36 by chance?
You know what? I have to make myself more aware, but I am seeing it, that during this time, with the change in the narrative, so many bills are being passed, and I have also become oblivious to what's going on behind our backs right now. And we have to stay well aware, because these bills are being passed left, right, and center that's going to change our lives for the rest. Yeah, it's not good.
And it's tough because like we have to be diligent, and there's just so many smoke screens going on right now.
So many smoke screens. I don't know what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, but I did mention to my daughter about soldier, and a soldier is a soul that will eventually die. And it's so sad that innocent citizens are being used as pawns by these government officials, by these elites that just want to create their own shit, their own nonsense. Sorry for my language.
No, it's okay. And yeah, I mean, you are from El Salvador, and I'm noticing a pattern where there's a lot of like immigrants in these protests who like really get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going to go with that, but
look, my mom left as a refugee during the Civil War. She came to this country called Canada. We landed in Thunder Bay. All I know is beautiful peace and freedom. What's happening now? It saddens me. It saddens me because this is not what I want my daughter to experience. This is not what our world should be like right now.
Is your mom still around? And
yes, she is.
And what does she think about what's going on here?
Unfortunately, she is triple vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
Most of my family is vaccinated. Actually, my family in El Salvador have said that I'm no longer welcome back home because I'm not vaccinated. That's the reality. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's sad.
I'm speechless. And are you the only healthcare worker in the family?
No, there's several of us,
okay.
But I'm the only one that's unvaccinated at this time.
Wow. And aside from all the like propaganda that goes on, there's such a like social divide.
There is.
And I was gonna ask like thoughts on that, and like how do we mend that? Like what is the?
I mean, it stems from our family. There has been divisions within our own family, nuclear, fathers and mothers not getting along, the court justice needing to be involved because one parent wants to vaccinate the child, the other one doesn't. Yeah. There's so much division on this. What will bring us closer together is smiles. We need to take off the mask and communicate with our faces and just look what we can do with just a smile.
A lot.
Doesn't that feel amazing?
It feels great.
Doesn't that
It
feel
feels
amazing?
great.
So I would say that's a small, simple way of breaking this division.
Awesome. Yo, thank you so much for your time. Do you want to shout out anything or plug any social media?
So I just want to shout out to the warriors that are coming out weekend after weekend, for everyone that makes the conscious effort, for the courage it takes not to wear your mask out in society in a time where we're already kind of doomed. So please stop complying, try your best, and just be who you need to be under these circumstances. Believe in yourself, and I commend everyone 2 years in that stood in their power, asserted their ability to just say no.
Just say no. Stand in your power. I love that. Here, bring it in.
Pleasure. See?
Thank you.
That's
Thank
how
you
you
so much.
break that division.
That's right. That's right.
Have a good one.
You too. Wow. From El Salvador, healthcare worker.
We should try and find some locals to interview now.
Some what?
Some locals.
Some locals? That
Sidewalk.
no, we have a good flow right now. We're in the crowd right now. I like it. Because dude, what happened? Remember last time we got caught up and then we had to like run and shit. I don't want to do that again. Hi there. We're live on YouTube. Did you want to chat while we walk? No? How about you? Have we chatted before? Or?
No, it's the first time.
What's your name?
Katia.
Katia. And do you come to these Toronto protests often?
I've been every weekend here and in Ottawa as well.
All
Since it
right.
starts, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of the trucker convoy.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. And a lot of people have seen this movement in Canada and they say they're feeling Canadian pride for the first time in a long time. Can you relate to that or?
You know what? I was impressed the first weekend in Ottawa. That vibration, the unity, the peace, the love that everybody was sharing, it was unbelievable. I've been 20 years in Canada. I'm from Mexico, but I'm Canadian, Mexican, right?
Yeah.
So I never felt that before. I
Yeah.
never felt that welcome. And I'm like, I don't even speak French. So starting from there, I speak English and Spanish, that's it. But I have a big, like they give to us the light up, you know, because we were in dark.
Yeah.
We were really in dark. And when I heard about the convoy, it was like burning my blood, you know, and getting that good vibration and energy to really fight for what we believe, which are our rights and freedoms, that we are losing it. And I came to this country for that, because I wanted stability for my family and the freedom that Canadians have and the humanity that we are losing as well.
Yeah.
Humanity is very important. And when I saw in the protest, I mean, I cannot even call protest. It's a support for freedom in Ottawa.
Yeah.
When I saw that,
it was bigger than a protest. for sure.
Exactly. So
It was the community that they built in Ottawa. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it was so peaceful, so like everybody dancing, everybody talking to each other, like unbelievable, you know, like amazing.
Yeah.
And when you see all that violence, once the police came to Ottawa, that broke my heart.
Yeah.
I said, what happened with humanity?
Yeah.
What happened with Canadian? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I start thinking, are really Canadian police doing this? I start thinking that. I start questioning, you know.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, because you say like, it is hard to believe that they're Canadian. It is hard to believe. We were, by that time, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Supporting in Ottawa. I didn't see anything wrong. All what I saw was completely the opposite. For the mainstream media to keep talking about that, how the negativity and whatever they were making up things, that's painful. That's really painful.
It's so painful. And I mean, I'm not personally vaccinated, but if you were in my situation, it's like you can't even go back to your home country of Mexico, right? You can't even leave the country?
Exactly. No, we can't.
And what is that feeling like? I mean,
oh my God, don't even ask me. Because that's been the most painful. That one, and the mandates for, like, to get an injection in order to get a job, that's a lot. That's a lot, because I cannot say it's a vaccine. It's an injection. A vaccine protects you. You don't get it, you don't transmit it.
Yeah.
In this one, that is not the case. A vaccine, you get it once or twice in the whole life. this one.
And
everything
usually we know what it does and it's gonna work and all that. But we are on YouTube, so we can't go too deep into that topic.
I know, yeah. And this is a different story, yes. But why are we here? For freedom and rights. For really, like, this cannot be lost in Canada. If we lose this, that's it. Yeah, that's so cute.
Little freedom four-wheelers. Let's go. Oh my God, they have GoPros. Yeah, that's some good content right there.
Yeah, so I'm hoping for something better in Canada. I'm hoping that this will be over soon. I don't know how. I don't know what to expect anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm really hoping, and I see people waking up now.
Yeah.
I see people that are united with us, like vaccinated or not vaccinated. That's not the point. The point is not to lose our rights.
And I think a cool part that at least I identify with, and I felt like in Ottawa, was a lot of people like, we're going to Ottawa. It's like, what's the plan? It's like, we're just gonna go there because we have to. You know what I mean? Like, we have to do something.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people who have jumped on board kind of feel the same way. Like, well, we have to do something. Like, what are we gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah.
And like, we don't really know the plan, but it's like, we're gonna keep coming out here and standing up.
But it was a great feeling. It was a great feeling. It's like right now it's not the same because, you know, after what happened last weekend, now it's again coming back the fear that we were losing it. I was losing the fear of this. I was losing the fear of fight for my freedoms when the convoy started.
Right.
And now,
like the fear was gone when the convoy showed up.
Yeah, but
no
now,
more fear.
Yeah, no more. But now with what happened in Ottawa, I don't know, because it's unpredictable, right? What they're going to do to us.
Yeah. Thank you so. Like, how do you keep hope?
Like this.
Like this.
Getting with like-minded people, you know, like supporting each other, talking to each other, lifting us up, because sometimes we feel down. We feel left out.
And the media tries to make us feel like we're alone and isolated, right?
Exactly. And when you're here, you see, oh my God, this is not only me. We are so many.
That's right.
We are so many. So we don't have to hide. We have rights.
Amazing.
Like we're not criminals. They're treating us like criminals, but we're not.
We're not criminals, guys. We just don't want mandate.
I pay my taxes every year. I never take any money borrowed from the government.
Trudeau.
Any program. Yeah.
Let her go to Mexico, Trudeau. Let her go to her home country and visit.
I was ready to go, let me tell you. I was ready to hire a private charter because we were doing it, a few groups, like a few people, right?
Yeah.
And we said, we gotta leave. But then when I hear my Canadian friends, Canadian family now, I'm like, no, I'm going to stay to fight. Because if we don't leave, what is going to happen to the few ones that were here? They're going to feel worse than when I felt at the beginning.
And that's the whole thing. Like, what's the future going to look like, guys? What's it going to look like?
My kids were born in Canada, so it's not easy to take them to another country. We got to fight. I'm fighting for my kids as well.
Yeah.
I'm supporting for my kids because I don't want my kids to go through what I'm going through. I don't want them to go through this.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug anything or shout anybody out?
Thank you. I'm okay. I'm hoping for the best. I really appreciate what you guys are doing because I don't watch TV anymore. Believe me, I just go out to internet and look for you guys, all the private social media.
Cut the cable, guys. Cut the cable. It's too expensive anyway. Come on.
But it's time to stop those mainstream media. It's time to focus on what the real life is. And if you want to know the real life, you got to come with us and see what it is and feel it.
Have you heard of Bill C-36 by chance? No? No, it's okay. So it's a bill that will be like the end of freedom of speech in Canada.
Oh, yeah. There are 3 different bills, right? Yeah. One of those was that one. Yeah, I remember. Yes. Yes, I read about it. It's sad.
But anyway, thank you so much for your time. Here, quick pause for a hug.
Oh, sure. Thank you guys for doing everything what you do.
Thank you. Thanks again.
You know what I'm thinking, Greg?
What?
So we have asked quite a few freedom fighters about Bill C-36 at this point, and nobody knew about the bills being introduced. So I think it's really important that we keep talking about it, keep getting the word out there to freedom fighters.
Let's go up the side here. Let's do a bit of a jog. Good? Ta-da. Hey, we're live on the YouTube. You want to chat? Sure. Why would you fire someone with immunity equal to yours? I like your sign, sir.
Thanks. It's actually my buddy that made it, but I'm the sign bearer.
Awesome, awesome. And I see you got a clipboard. Are you part of like an organization or something, or?
I just made these myself, actually, because I was going to the protest for the last 2 weeks and kind of like an armchair protest person. Like I'm sending notes to MP. But I'm finding a lot of these messages are kind of preaching to the choir, and I'm not sure that we're really getting to people that we need to change their hearts and minds. So I thought I'd make a political cartoon and then link to actual sources that are mainstream.
With the QR code.
Yeah, so when you see it on the sign and somebody takes a picture, immediately it becomes shareable.
Okay.
Right? So they can go to that content. And with this, you've got, Bill Gates came out, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, and he's like, Omicron did a better job of vaccinating the population than we did because you get B and T cell immunity.
Okay, so we're on the YouTube, so unfortunately we can't tell the truth all the time when it comes to specific science. I've read the regulations. It's messed up, dude. It's like you can't tell. Yeah, oh yeah, dude, the community guidelines on YouTube are actually like, you got to be kidding me. And of course they don't enforce every single one, but it kind of gives them the freedom to like just kind of like chop anybody they want. That's kind of how it's designed, right?
Yeah.
But
it's unfortunate.
yeah, but is there a website we can check out, or?
Not yet. No, I just started making this stuff on Thursday.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So there's going to be so next week hopefully we'll have 6 different designs or more of posters and a website. So we'll see.
So I've been interviewing people for a while. I just thought of a new kind of funny question. What radicalized you? Oh yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
An injury.
Yeah. Go ahead. How did you want to? I was gonna say I don't think it's radical. It's just like it's like what brought you to sanity. It's like I don't know. I was always sane.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Like why do like a personal rule is I don't do anything that doesn't make sense. And this whole thing doesn't make sense to me. That's too many holes.
Right. So I guess the better question would be, is not what radicalized you, but like what was kind of like the breaking point to like I need to actually stand up and do something and like print posters, for example?
Oh yeah, it was like the attention. They're getting away with it. Basically, the mandates, like restrictions are dropping in the U.S. and in Canada.
Yeah.
But nobody's being held accountable that as part of those decisions, they're saying, oh yeah, there's immunity given from an infection. But we lied to you. What they don't tell you is that we lied to you the whole time about that. We spent hundreds of millions of dollars vaccinating people that didn't need to be vaccinated. And all that media and everything around it. And exposing people to possible risks. Like my friend Joaquin here, who after the second dose got, was it myocarditis or pericarditis?
It was both. Myopericarditis was technically what my family physician said that had happened to me. I had to go through this whole long process with Toronto Public Health, kind of verifying all of my symptoms and stuff like that. And then they eventually sent me to a cardiologist who recommended a booster.
No.
Yeah, so I grilled him and I was like, why? Sell me the booster. Tell me why I need it after my adverse reaction. And he couldn't give me an exact reason other than do it for other people. So I thought that was very shocking, and I would ask him how long the benefits were for the booster, and they're just like, oh, you just take it and we'll monitor you, as if I was a science experiment. So I think that's the state of medicine today.
That's gross.
So gross. It's so gross. The scariest thing was, like, I would ask, why does COVID or the vaccine cause myocarditis, pericarditis? And nobody could actually tell me a reason. The GP couldn't, Toronto Public Health couldn't, the cardiologist couldn't. The mechanism of action is unknown.
Do you know if your condition or like what happened to you, do you know if it actually got recorded in like...
Technically it did, yeah, through the adverse event reporting system that the thing had, but it was a month-long process to do that.
That must have been so many unspeakable words of just like horrible to experience. But I want to ask, like, were you politically active or politically engaged at all before this?
No, I wasn't really. Like, I always cared about the underdog. Like, for me, that was the most important thing. It's whenever you find yourself in the majority, you sort of have to ask yourself a question whether or not you're in the right side of history, right? Like, it's easy to kind of go along with the crowd. And that's never really been me. So to some degree, I was kind of just set up for speaking my mind my whole life, and this is part of it. Unfortunately, it was a personal circumstance that kind of led me to it, but I'm grateful to be here with everybody and uniting for what we're talking about. So it's good.
Well, honestly, good for you, because like that sounds like quite the journey you've been on. How did you do that? Where did you find the strength for that?
The scariest thing is not speaking up. To me, it would be scarier to just live in silence. So I think the alternative, being here, being vocal, talking to friends and family about it, was the safest way forward, and the thing that brought me the most amount of security. I think saying nothing is a form of violence, and it's really sad.
Yeah. And I haven't talked to that many like injured people before, so like it's so disgusting, because essentially when this is brought up, they will literally say that your experience, what you experienced, is misinformation, right?
Yeah, or worth it, right? Just a small price to pay, for the greater effort. But I mean, that's arguable. The weirdest thing is that they won't admit the mechanism of action for myocarditis and pericarditis. It really isn't discussed. They don't officially know why it happens with the vaccines, the mRNA vaccines. I suspect that they do, or there's not enough information yet. So I think it's kind of insane to mandate something that you don't fully understand.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, look at me.
I really respect what both of you do. I think it's amazing. I think all of these videos need to be like recorded, put in a library somewhere. It's history. So good job.
Thanks for your time. Cheers. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Thanks, dude. Hey, I love your work. You're out here, boots on the ground, marching away. Alrighty. We're coming down Yonge Street now. How are you feeling, Igor?
Well, it's what I said. Like, I'm surprised how so few people are aware about Bill C-36. So I think it's certainly a good thing to talk to them about it.
Thank you. What do you think? Do you think we should jog up in the crowd or fall back a bit?
I don't know. I think we're in a pretty good position.
Okay. Who do we want to talk to?
I would love to try and get some interviews with the locals today, though.
You want to get some interviews with the locals today? Uh-oh. Igor wants to get into some trouble with the locals. Hi.
I like
you want to come live on YouTube? Awesome. Come on in.
Guys.
I am here with
Emily.
And
Lisa.
And are you guys from Toronto? Do you come to this march often?
Yes, we do. I am standing here for Toronto today. I'm from Ottawa. I've covered Montreal and Ottawa, and it's time to cover everybody. I'm one of the organizers for the Culture Effect here, and
You're one of the organizers?
Yeah.
So plug your stuff.
We'll discuss this on another day.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you. Freedom! Let's go! Freedom! All right.
I certainly appreciate that the weather is warmer today.
The weather is definitely warmer. There's wind, but it's not too cold. We got some rainbow flags in the crowd. Here, let's get some crowd shots. Here, let me grab that.
Freedom! Freedom! Send Judas to jail! Freedom!
Freedom! Freedom! No freedom for the Health Minister! The Health Minister goes to jail!
Hey, we're live on YouTube. Do you want to chat?
Yeah.
You sound very passionate about that.
Yes, the health minister needs to go to jail with all the pedophiles after she's stolen all our children from 12 years old, telling them that they don't need their parents' consent to get a trial drug vaccine, and then put mandates on movies, food court, everywhere indoor eating for kids that are 12, and the fucking community centers where they play and they go. So my son is obviously a victim, and we're trying to save our other 4 children. Thanks, Health Minister. I hope you're with all the pedophiles in the jail.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Is this a protest giving you hope?
It's gotten a lot bigger. We've been protesting since we were 12 people in the large populated city in Canada, and 12 and 15 people. So it looks like the mass hypnosis is breaking.